Jetpack and not a backpack. I don't have one. That's where you at right now. I'm just gonna go and warn you. Oh, you want to be on this side? Here. I'm right here. I'm coming up here. Do 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 do. I'm on my way. I'm bouncing around. Do do. I want to. No, no, no.
Hello?
All right, I'm going to give you my cheeseburger. I think my cheeseburger is bigger than yours.
All right, so when I unmute people, I can hear you guys talking. So what do you need to do? You need to mute yours, so you can only hear me. Now, can you hear me? Okay, you can type. Do not talk to me, it's just type to me. Okay, great, perfect. Can you see my screen? Say yes or no. Great. All right, so right now what I'm trying to do is I want to just go over the resources that we have. Like, you know, WebAssign has great resources, as you know. I know you already know how to use it, but I just want to make sure that, you know, utilize and like a read it, which means a book, you know, watch it, which means give you, you know, how to do things, right? So I want you to utilize that. And the next thing, another thing I want to talk about is like today I will go over some lessons with you. So I'm not going to broadcast this anymore. Let me close broadcast so you can see my PowerPoint. So I will talk about this PowerPoint today, and I will go over some homework problem with you. Okay, make sure that you mute your side so you can only hear me, not everybody else. One more thing I'm going to talk about is if you have a question you want me to go over, I want you to like email to me, or how I'm gonna do this. Like I need to know what homework problem that you want me to go over. So I'm not gonna waste this time, or I can just record it and put it on YouTube. So for example, after I do this session today, I'm gonna put it on YouTube video, and then I will send you a link so you know where to go and watch it. All right. And if you do have a questions, like some homework problem that you want me to go over right now, you can text to me and say like a lesson 9.2 homework number 4 or something. You can text to me, then I can try to go over that problem with you today. But by the way, I'm using a free Zoom, so I can only talk 30 minutes when I set a meeting. I don't know if I just invite you guys one at a time, then I can talk longer. But for now, I know I can only do for 30 minutes. That's what they told me. It says if it's a free Zoom I use for the scheduled meeting, the maximum time that I can use 30 minutes. Anyway, let's go to a geometric series. So geometric series, it's a slide number 13. You can just follow with me, okay? So geometric series, it looks like that. Does everybody see that? So you can see it starts with a 1 and ends at infinity, such as still infinite series. And then you can see it, it's a 1 to the 1 over 2 to the n. So 1 over 2 to the 1 give you what? 1/2. That's right, it's 1/2 right there. 1 over 2 to the 2 give you what? 1/4. That's right here. Okay, so on and so forth. So that's what we're gonna do. Lauren, you cannot hear anything. Okay, Raise, okay. Okay. Can you hear me? All right, you need to send them a meeting information. If they cannot see that, then I need to give you, let me see, what is our meeting information? All right, let them know. Okay, this is my first time doing Zoom, so I myself learning. I mean, like I've been joined host, and I never host a Zoom meeting. This is my first time hosting. Okay, I've been attending Zoom meetings, but this is my first time hosting it. So I am still learning. But anyway, if they have a problems, okay, I need to give you, hold on, the information, the Zoom information. Okay, what was the number that I told you to log in? Okay, can somebody type it in? Here. You need to go to the Zoom, type it in this number, right? Let me give you a number. Okay, let me broadcast this number so you can see it. Or do you see it? Right here. So you need to go to Zoom, type it in this number, then you can get in. Yes, they have to accept the invitation. All right. Can you hear me now? Whatever the reason, I have 11 people participating, but there's only 6 people in the meeting. And it says 5 people is waiting. Do you know why? Can somebody answer to that? Okay, who is waiting in the, okay, if you're waiting, you need to click and start. Okay, meanwhile, if this does not work so well, okay, if it does not work so well, I may just record this and put it on YouTube. So later on, I'm gonna vote. I'm gonna send you a poll, and then you can tell me whether you're gonna have this live stream meeting, or just you want me to record the lesson and put it in. Or if you don't need any of this, I'm not gonna do it, because I can just, you guys can just watch the video. Huh. Okay, I'm gonna stop broadcasting so I can see what's going on, okay? Looking at mine, I cannot really see anything saying I need to invite again. Hold on, let me see. Are you saying I haven't not started my meeting yet?
It started, but they're saying that you have to let them end the meeting. They waiting for you to accept them in.
Okay, but you know what? I'm looking at this. There's like a no way I can do anything about it. Like what I mean is like when you look, let me show you my screen. I'm sharing my screen right now, okay? When you look at my screen, there is nothing. So there's nothing I can really do anything to let them come in other words. Let me see. Okay, so what I'm saying is like, if you don't have a Zoom, you need to download it, right? I told you that you have, if you're using your computer, you need to download the Zoom on your computer. If you want to use the app, then you need to also have that app. Is that the problem that we're having?
They have the app. Quincy, he showed me a screenshot of what he have on the app, and it said, "Please wait. The meeting host will let you in soon."
I know, that's the thing. I am in the meeting, so okay. You know what, you guys? What I'm gonna do? I will send you. Is it better or just the same thing?
They said they didn't get in still.
They still not get in.
No.
Does anybody know how to fix this problem?
I never hosted a Zoom. I always participated, so I don't know how to accept someone.
I know, like I
Um,
my first time also doing something like you. Like I usually participate in a Zoom meeting. I never host one. But looking at my host side, there's nothing to it. And that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, let me see. And I'm gonna look at this and see. All right, is everybody in now? Is everybody in? Yes or no?
Hey, it looks like some people are connecting.
Yeah, I'm in now.
Okay, is everybody in now? Okay, so whatever the reason I couldn't get in, but now it's working. Okay,
Isaiah.
is everybody in?
Yeah, I'm in. I can hear now.
Okay, great. So do you see my screen?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, great. So I mean, like this is the first time. I don't expect everything go well anyway, so it's okay. But important thing is I want you guys to let me know like what problems you want me to do. All right, and also, like, is this really helpful? Which if you rather, if you rather just watch the a video from WebAssign, like I can just broadcast right now. So I'm gonna go over this one again. I know, just bear with me. I know some of you guys already seen this one, but I'm gonna just show you. Like, say, if you want to just use your, your WebAssign to do things, that is fine with me. Like, I'm gonna go to student view. This is your view. When you go to WebAssign, WebAssign does have built-in books with the videos. So as you can see, when you come, and then chapter 9, you see chapter 9 has a video that you can watch. This is what I'm gonna talk about. In fact, not this one. Like when you come over here, they're gonna talk about geometric series, which that's what I'm gonna talk about today. So they do have a videos that you can watch if you want to. So if you wanna rather do that, that is also fine with me. And then you can just ask me, or text me, or email me, say, Dr. Harris, can you do WebAssign number 9.7, 9.2, number 7? Then I can, just do those problems and put in a YouTube video for everybody to watch. Or if you want to do this, I mean, I'm pretty sure it'd be better in tomorrow, because like today is our first time doing this. So we do have a lot of hiccups, but I believe everything will be worked out just right. But you can also, how to use WebAssign pretty well right now. So you can read it and talk to the tutor. Does not make sense because you have to pay money for it, but like you can master it, and then you can also watch it. So you can always do that. So I'm gonna stop broadcasting my screen. So now let's look at the geometric series. That's what I wanted to do today anyway. It's 9.2. We didn't finish 9.2 last time. So let's finish 9.2, and then we can talk about whatever the homework problem you want to talk about. So geometric series. So geometric series looks like this, right? So it's an infinite series because it goes all the way to infinity. So it starts at 1. And so this case, it's your series. So 1 over 2 to the n. So if I plug it in 1, it'll be 2 to the 1. If I plug in 2, it'll be what? 4. So if I plug it in 3, that'll be what? 1 over 8. So that's right there. So this is just what they're doing. They just plug it in each n equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you get this infinite series. So when you look at the geometric series, you have this, right? So you have n equal to 0 to go all the way to go to infinity, a r to the n, start with a, ar squared, on, and then r to the n. Look at this one. A cannot be 0 because it doesn't make sense, because if you 0 times anything is what? 0. So you will need to make sure that a is not a 0. The geometric series also has what? The ratio of r. So r is not equal to 0. Okay, so now, so when you're looking at this, important thing is here. So class, we do have a theorem. The theorem says a geometric series with the ratio r diverges when absolute value of r is greater than or equal to 1. All right. And then absolute value of r is less than 1, then it converges. It's an important thing. All right, it's very important. So I will admit everybody. Okay, so now, so when you look at this ratio, they gave you how to find the summation, how to find the sum. So when you have a summation, n starts with 0, goes all the way to infinity, a, r to the n. You know, a is the common factor, the coefficient. R is your ratio. So to be a over r, 1 minus r, that is your summation. Okay, that is r has to be less than or equal to 1. It's absolute value. So moving on to the next one, let's look at the example. The geometric series. Geometric series starts n equal to 0. Ends at infinity. So this one, I'm gonna rewrite this. We're gonna rewrite this problem as 3 times 1/2 to the n squared n. Do you see this 3 over n? 3 is not changing. 3 is always 3. This is actually like this: 3 over 2 to the 1 plus 3 over 2 to the 2 plus 3 over 2 to the 3. 3 is not changing. So that's why I can just put 3 in the front, and then 1, 1/2, 1/2 to the square. Next one will be 3 times 1/2 to the what? Third, on and on. So you know the r, the common ratio is 1/2, and the coefficient is 3. So since we do have a formula, which is a summation, is a over 1 minus r. So 3 over 1 minus 1/2, which give you 6. And this is what your graph looks like. All right, anybody have a question so far? Is everybody with me?
Yeah, I'm good.
Great. So now let's look at the next one, the geometric series. All right, this case, do you see the difference, class? The previous problem, okay, this problem and this problem, they're not same. Does everybody see it? This problem, the previous problem has 3 over what? 2 to the n. And this problem has what? 3 over 2 to the what? N. Do you see the difference?
Yeah.
Right, this is a 3 times 1/2 to the n. This case is what? 3 over 2 to the n. So this is a 3 over 2, starts with a 0, then 0 plus 3 over 2 to the 1 plus 3 over 2 to the second, on and on. And this case is what? 3 times 1/2 to the 0 plus 3 times 1/2 to the 1 plus 3 times 1/2 to the 2, on and on. So they are not same. Okay, do you see the difference, class? All right, I want to make sure that. So they're not same. They're completely different series. One converges, the other diverges. For this case, this one is what? Look at your r. R is bigger than what? Bigger than 1. So this would be what? Diverges. All right. So far, so good. Is everybody with me?
Mm-hmm.
All right, next problem. Let's look at the next slide. Slide number 17, geometric series. As you can see, okay, you can see that if you have, you can multiply your summation, like the sum with a constant. You can do two geometric series, you can add them together. And then you can also do what? You can subtract the geometric series. Now let's do some test for divergence. So we do have, this theorem says the limit nth term convergence series. It says if the summation n starts with 1 and ends with infinity, a sub n converges, then look at this. If it converges, the limit goes to 0. Okay, somebody have a question for me? All right. Who cannot hear? Somebody just told me, say, you cannot hear Galaxy 9. Lauren cannot hear. Lauren, do you have yours as a mute?
I can hear you now.
Can you hear now? Okay, great. Okay, great. So the nth term. So this theorem is very important, right? It says if the a sub n converges, then the limit goes to 0. That's what it says. So now I'm gonna use contrapositive of theorem 9.8. Then we can also say this: the nth term diverges when, if the nth term of a series does not converge to 0, then series must be diverges. So let's look at the example. For the series, this series, looking at this one, n starts to 0, goes to infinity, 2 to the n. So you plug it in, n goes to infinity of this limit, to the limit of this. What do you get? 2 to the infinity is definitely what? Infinity. That is what? It diverges, isn't it? In other words, this is not equal to 0. So from previous theorem, I can say, since this does not convert, since the limit is not 0, I can kind of say it's not converges. So since my limit is infinity, I can say this is not what? It does not converge, which means I can say what? Diverges. The series is diverges. And next, let's look at the second example. When you look at this problem, so I'm gonna replace, okay, I'm gonna replace summation problem with the limit problem. So if I replace that, then n goes to infinity, and 2 to the n plus, and 2 plus n factorial over 2n factorial plus 1. Let's do the little manipulation. If I do little manipulation, then I get n factorial divided by n factorial, everything over 2n factorial over n factorial. Do you see what I'm doing? Just like I did before. I'm gonna do little manipulation. Then you can see this cancel out to be 1, that cancel out to be 2. Okay, now I'm gonna plug it in, n equal to infinity. Then this become a what? Infinity. So 1 divided by infinity just goes to what? 0. Then I have a 1 over which number? 1 over 2. So my answer goes to 1/2. That's why your answer is 1/2. Your limit is equal to 1/2. So since limit is not equal to 0, I can also say this what? this series, that particular series is what diverges. So what you need to know is if the series converges, then limit has to be 0. So if I want to just do, so if I don't know whether the series is converges, I'm going to do contrapositive. Contrapositive means I'm going to do this first. I'm going to take the limit first, do this first. Okay? That's what I'm doing it here. So I do the limit first, and then my limit is not equal to 0, and I'm going to assume that that is what that series will diverges, like this case. The limit is not 0, so I know it's going to be what diverges. Like here, limit is not 0, so this series does not converge. This series does not converge. But now we have a problem. So the limit nth term is not 0, and this series diverges. We know that. But let's look at this problem.
Oh, I got it.
But is everybody with me? Okay. So, but this does not mean this theorem says, okay, I want you to understand this theorem carefully. This theorem says, if I don't know the series is converges or diverges, I'm just gonna take a limit. If the limit is not 0, then I'm gonna assume it diverges. But what happens if limit goes to 0 for this case? Does everybody see this one? Like if I plug it in n equal to 0, and the n equal to infinity, so 1 over infinity gives me 0, of course. So this case, just because the limit is 0 does not mean your series is converges, because this series does not converge. This series does not converge. This is called harmonic series. This harmonic series diverges. So be careful. Just because limit is 0 does not mean your series will converge. In that case, you need to study your series and see what kind of series there is. Is it a harmonic series? Is it a telescopic series? What kind of series it is? So you need to study those. All right? Okay, now let's look at some homework problem.
Wait, so if it's most of the time, if it
Okay.
What?
Who has a question? Go and tell me. Patrick, what is your question?
Okay, so if the limit is 0, it's not automatically gonna converge. So like when will we, like if it's a harmonic series, will we just have to know what series it is?
Right, harmonic series is not convergent. So you have to kind of know the series. So in other words, you got to need more work.
Okay.
Okay, if when you take a limit and that is some number, then you're gonna say, hey, I know for sure this series diverges. That's great. But the limit goes give you 0, that does not guarantee the series is converges. We just gave you a good example, right? This harmonic series. A harmonic series does not converge, it diverges. We know that.
Okay.
All right, so if the limit give you 0, then you got to need more work, in other words, because you don't know whether it's going to converge or divergence. So you kind of need to do some other stuff. That's why we're going to learn lesson 3, lesson 4, and lesson 5. All those things talk about how do I know whether this series is going to converge or diverges.
Okay.
That's what we got other lessons that we got to do. But by the way, do you have any homework problems that you want me to go over?
No.
Anybody else have any questions that you want me to go over? And then, you know what? I don't know this worked out really well or not, but does it help you giving you lesson like this? Can you text me yes or no? Well, I guess I can send you text to everybody.
Honestly, this feels like it's moving faster than it was in class, and I'm just trying to wrap my head around everything.
You think this is faster? Okay. And also today's the first day. You have to realize this. We kind of try and error on this one. It's like I never host Zoom meeting. I usually participate in Zoom meeting. So this time I was kind of learning myself too. But it looks like it's not too bad. So do you guys want to do it again tomorrow at 11? Like lesson 3, and then you can probably ask me some questions if you want me to go over.
Yes.
Okay, so you want me to send you poll and then see whether you guys want to do that later? Because there was 14 people participated today, which is very good. We got 16 people. Pretty much everybody participated. One person, I got email from 2 people that couldn't come because they were working already. So knowing that, looks like everybody came. So I like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna be working most days. I just got lucky today.
Yeah.
I'm at work now.
Are you working right now? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So do you
I was gonna tell you.
go ahead.
I was gonna tell you, like, I'm gonna try to see if I can just learn it from the PowerPoints themselves, but at this rate, I'm not entirely sure.
Okay. So, if this is not gonna help you, then I don't have to do this because it's more work for me and more work for you. Then I don't have to. But if you also want to, if you want me to, you can send me a like say email or text message or through the you can join me, your group me. You can add me to your group me and then tell me like, say, Dr. Harris, can you do like a lesson 9.4? Then what I do, I will do that on my notebook, put it on YouTube, and I'll send you guys a link so anybody can look at it.
All right. Also, Rich just asked in the chat if the Zoom calls automatically record themselves. Like, do they stay recorded?
This is I recorded myself. Yes. Like I have to give you permission to record it, then you can record it. Like I am recording. So if you want me to put this up and put it up, yes, I can do that. Yes, we can record it.
Please do that.
Okay.
This every day.
Every day.
Do you want to do this Zoom meetings every day? I thought you guys don't want me to do it. Do you want me to do it or not?
Oh no, I was just talking to somebody else.
Okay.
I was just saying, like, whenever you do these recordings, do upload them. Like I said, I'm gonna be in and out of work, so I'm not gonna be able to make every meeting, and I'm just gonna try to read the PowerPoints. But if you could like record these and just give us permission, like every time you do them, that'll be good.
Okay. So another thing I can do, I can probably go over this PowerPoint by myself and then record it and then put it on a YouTube video and send you guys a link. And then whatever the homework problems you want me to do, I can also put in a link. So we can probably do that. Then we don't have to set up a time to do it. Because I know it's kind of hard for all of us to be in one place and one time. But you will start working and doing different things. I understand that. So if you rather do that, that is fine. Yes, I can make a recording and then just put on a YouTube video instead of having a meeting. Is that what you guys want to do?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that'll work.
That's better for you guys? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that'll be fine with me. Like I can just do screenshot. I'm a screen recording using my iPad, and I can just act like I'm talking to you guys, and then I just do the whole lesson and put it up. Maybe I just do examples, what I think is important. Well, you can ask me something that I think is problem. All right. Right. If you guys don't have any questions, I will just go ahead, do this problem by myself and upload it to YouTube, and I'll send you guys a link. That sounds good to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
I'm gonna send you guys and tell me. I will send you everybody, and then you tell me. So no more. You don't want to have a no online class.
I'm embarrassing. What is it here? Raw chicken. With it always being stored raw.
Tell me now, so I know how many people. Okay. I will send you a poll later. Okay. I'll send you later and then. All right.
Yes,
All right.
ma'am.
All right. You guys, thank you for coming. And I will probably just make a videos for now. And I will look at the poll and I'll decide. How about that? I'll send you a poll right away. Okay, because I need to make one. Let me make one. I'll send you right away. All right. All right.
Thank you.
See you guys later. Okay. Have a good day. I will see you later.
Yeah. Wash your hands, everybody.
That's right. Definitely. Yeah. Definitely. All right. See you later.
All right.
See you. How do we leave? Oh,
You don't. You
Never
stuck
mind.
here forever.
Never
No.
mind. I found it. Never mind. I will not be here forever.